this morning, we're the Go Team. I'm too cold. The Go Team.
Ready?
And now turn around. Better cuts make better quilts. Yay! It's the Accuquilt class. There are new people here. Welcome. I'm so glad. Lots of new people. I was hoping this group would grow. So I'm really excited because we have so much to show you today. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you're ready. Oh, the reason that we are the Go Team is we are the Go Team because Orion and I went to a special, like evening presentation with Accuquilt. And guess what? We are one of the 5 top sellers of the Accuquilt in the country. And we even got a plaque. Is that cool? So you guys have a big job to help us keep that up. Get it? Huh? You know, it was really fun. It was a lovely meeting in Las Vegas. Orion and I flew over with Teresa in the morning, and I flew home that night. Just because I wanted to be there, and you know what? Neither Orion and I even had an inkling that we were going to win an award. Is that fun? That was really, really fun. So we had a great time. I ate lots of cheese and drank lots of wine. But that was even more fun. So do you want to see our quilts today?
Yes. Okay.
We have so many quilts, and we're just going to start out with Teresa's antique quilt. Ta-da! Okay, where am I going to be? Isn't that beautiful? Well, the reason that we're showing you this quilt is because a lot of the pattern that we're going to show you today originated as diamonds. It originated as diamonds, and this is diamonds. And let me see how many of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's some geese. But the thing is, with diamonds, you have to inset seams. And we have a way that we're going to put our blocks together with piece squares and, and this one Teresa did too. Now, she did it the modern way with the Accuquilt cutter. Piece squares. Get it? Piece squares. No inset seams. And Teresa is crazy. Look at the back. Every little seam locks together and is swirled in the back. So this lays very flat in all the seams. Very flat. Does that look good? Okay, so let's just put this away. That's beautiful. I looked through my antique collection, as many quilts as I have. I could not find one with diamonds. Okay, so this is really what we're showing you today. You're the first to see it. Ooh, the beautiful red. And turn it around and show everybody. Some people thought it was the hunter star, but it's not. It's a completely different sewing technique. We're going to make 2 blocks. We're going to make this one, it's a star, and beside it is a 4-patch. Can you see that? It's a piece star and then a 4-patch. This is made with 16 piece squares, 2.5 inch. Done with the Accuquilt. There's no other way, I'll tell you. And then this one is a 4-patch. It's 4 4.5 inch squares. And combined like this, it does look like the hunter star, but it's really the Lemoyne star. Yeah. Beautiful? All right. So now you want to see the back? Oh my gosh, it's stunning. Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. Isn't that beautiful? Brenda did it. Brenda, did you make that with the Accuquilt cutter?
Yes. But I didn't quilt it. Amy Potter, I think.
Amy Potter quilted it. But yeah, she cut all of her pieces with the Accuquilt cutter. Isn't that beautiful? and Amy Potter quilted it. Okay.
It's very pretty.
Isn't that very pretty? It's very striking. Striking. Isn't it striking? Okay, so now if you don't want to go all out and make a big quilt, you could do a table runner. Yay! A table runner. And so now you clearly see the piece stars and the 4-patch. And I have to tell you, when I made my first piece star, it took me a half an hour. Last night, it's 8 inches. It's 8 inches. These are finished size at 2 inches. It's 4 by 4. So it's 8 inches finished size. But let me tell you the good news. Last night, I did about 4 in an hour. Ugh. So you get better the faster you go. So anyhow, aren't they very, very pretty? All the table runners, gorgeous. And let me see what we have next.
Gail.
This is Gail's. Isn't that beautiful? And I meant to bring in the Carol. Would you just help this lady and then go in your store and get the bundle that goes with this?
Oh, okay.
We've got a great chair just waiting for you. Welcome. We just got started. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, this one is just 5. Okay, don't put it away yet because Carol's going to run to her store. Did she already run? Is she running? Is she running? Anyhow, there's 4 blocks. There's 5 blocks across and 5 down. 25 blocks, half are stars, half are 4-patch. Isn't it beautiful? There, she got it. Guess what? We have a quilt in a day.
Sorry.
Now, doesn't that look like that?
Yeah, gorgeous.
It's beautiful. And what do you call that line, Carol? Carol, what do you call this?
That is melon.
Melon.
Because it looks like cantaloupe and
That's melon, and this looks like sherbet, doesn't it? It looks like sherbet. It's just wonderful. And I think Gail quilted it. It's just edge to edge. Am I correct, Gail? Okay, edge to edge. It's a lot simpler. And then finished with a multicolored border on the outside. Good. Take it away. And now we have for the man in your life. If you love him enough to make him a quilt. You do? Oh, thank you, Alan. We can make it for you, Alan. Anyhow, it's very muted shades. Are you all going to help me? Don't laugh, Mary Lou. Anyhow, this one has nice muted shades. There's actually a little touch of red in this gray print. It's 2 tones of gray. This is lap robe size. Lap robe size.
2 fish kissing.
2 what?
2 fish kissing.
2 fish
We like the back.
kissing.
Part of the star.
Oh, you have to like squint to see it. Isn't that beautiful? It's a fish. Yeah, it does look like a fish. Okay, and then we have on another table runner.
Companion table runner.
A companion table runner. Fast and easy. There we go. It's a beautiful backing too. I really like it. Gorgeous.
You see it? Everyone see it?
Yes? Did you make any noise? Well, that would be better. Thank you. We're going to make better cuts. Okay, and this one? Ooh, you like that one? That one is very pretty. This is also a lap robe. Teresa did this one. But you have in your pattern, you have table runner, lap robe, and queen size yardage. Wow, that's kind of crazy, huh? Okay.
That's it.
That's just the start. That's just the start. Okay, so now what we're going to start with, let us see. The really cool thing is that you can make this quilt with the value die. It's the value die, and I'm going to show Eric. There's your 4.5-inch square, and here is your pieced triangles. Here's your triangles for your pieced squares. There are 2 different sizes, and I'm going to show you the one. This one is only for the piece square. It is 3 3/4 inches wide by 10 1/2. And basically, there's nothing magical about my figures. I just measured the size of this and added like a 1/2 inch to it. So the fabric is wider, and you can only cut 6 layers with this. So just take and just accordion fold or fan fold this, right like this. Ta-da! Get it all lined up. So there's 6 layers. Good? All right, and now you have to cover. Can you see this template? There's how many of you are new? And have you ever seen an Accuquilt die before? You have? Because, yeah, you're shaking your head, yeah? So you can cut 6 layers, so I'm going to cover that. And then I'm just going to take the 4.5 inch square. And this is 5 inches wide. 5 inches wide, and you can see it's just wider than the size of the square. And we can work best with 10.5 inch pieces. And I'm like, okay, I can't stand to cut one at a time. Teresa and I have had a real good time because she did her whole quilt with this little one. I said, oh, no way. I'm going to get out the big guns in a minute. Okay, so now you just cover, and I see if you touch these, there's not much distance between these two. But if you touch that fold right up there, you're going to be real brave. And cover it with a mat. Okay, and you can do it with the Go Baby. Yay. Go Baby! You like it? This is so adorable. Isn't it so adorable? I have to put it so my handle's on the right, okay? So we got the mat on, and now for the magic. Remember, better cuts make better quilts. Ta-da! So then you just get going. And you're going to have all the big pieces, huh? Okay, so Teresa just taught me something. 2 people have taught me something. Madeline taught me to turn the die upside down, and it'll come off.
Does it work?
Like gravity. It does. Pretty much.
Like gravity?
Yeah. It does.
Am I going to be brave?
But you still have the twist.
You gotta
You still got to twist it? Slide it upside down. Oh, but I did pretty good. Only one came off. And so now, look, you have...
I blew it.
Huh? Yeah, we had it all laid out, and then Teresa blew it. Okay, look. I just peeled the excess away. And look at those perfect cuts. Does that look good? Doesn't look good. I know. I think it looks really good. So there are 16 in one block. I just now got 6. So how many more times do I have to cut? 2 more times. 2 more times. And that'll make 16, right? 6 times 6 is? Or 6 times 3? 18. You have 2 to spare. Spare. Okay, in this one, you only really have enough for 1 4 patch. But if you just turn them like this, they're already right sides together. To make a 4 patch, you're going to go do, 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 do. And then open them up and turn them the other way. Isn't that easy?
Yeah, it's very fun.
And I'll show you how to sew this stack in just a second, because I'm going to get hot shot. I like to show off. Okay, so you can do all the quilts just with the value die. And this is die number 5018. 55018. Up to queen size. But now, you want to take this one away, Teresa. Now I get to walk over to what I like. Let me see. Are we good? Do you really want to show it this way or from the other way? I'll show you. Can you see? Look at the die. Ooh, can you see how many piece squares you can make? Ooh, this is my kind. Now we're talking. But this is a different die. Remember, you can do it all with the value die. But this one is 55063. Okay? Let me see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 piece squares in one cut. Okay? Okay, remember that. There's going to be some multiplication. Now you cut a 9.5-inch strip, a 9.5-inch strip, and you fan fold it 3 layers. 12 times 3 is? 36. Ooh, what do you think? And no cranking. Yeah, we brought in the Go. The Go Big. So now just take your fold, your fan fold fabric. It is 6 layers, and you just want to make sure you cover it on the die. Ooh. Okay, take your mat, same size as your die. Okay, don't get too excited. Turn on your Go Big. Is that good? You like it? So do I. Okay, so now I have to still slide it a little bit. And am I going to turn it upside down? Try it. Here, I'm going to give it for Eric. Oh. Oh. We should have done it the other way. But look at that. Isn't that cute? Hardly any waste. No waste. But now we have 36 pieces that are all smartly stacked. See how smart they are? They're ready for sewing. They are already right sides together. Cool. How about some noise for that? Woo! They're already ready. Okay, and so I'm just going to put it over by my machine.
Oh, you want it by your machine?
Yeah. We can put it over there and get these little guys. Look at these. Wouldn't these make cute little quilts? Is there anybody in the audience that would like to have these? Brenda? Oh, Brenda! Of course. Can you sew these together? Okay. I really like that. I thought that was fun. I like cutting 36 all ready to go. Don't you think that's cool? And now this one is the next one. This is a strip die. And Orion told me, I told this story before, Orion told me that this is their best-selling strip dies, or 2.5, and I thought that was the silliest thing ever. Why would anybody have to cut a strip with a strip die? Oh my gosh, I'm into it. I'm hot now. This is a 4.5-inch strip die. We ordered a 4.5-inch square die, but it still didn't come. But this is a 4.5-inch strip die for the 4-patch, okay? So you can actually just take make 9.5-inch strips of your light and your dark. Actually, these aren't right sides together yet, but we'll turn them. Okay, the important thing when you put them on a strip die, you have to watch because there's not a die across here or across the end here. You just have to position your fabric so that it's in those lines, and I have a feeling we drew that line. Okay, so you could stack up to 2 more of these. So you could literally cut, if there's 2 here and you could have 3 stacks, 2 times 3 would be 6 4.5-inch strips in no time. And they're straighter than I can cut them, that's for sure. Okay, you need a really big mat and you need lots of space. Don't do it like in my sewing room. It's so crowded I can hardly move anything around. So you just put it in the Go. And you can use your regular Accuquilt, not the big. You can just do this in your regular one and just put it through too. Teresa, do you have any sewn? How about come over here and just sew a strip together for me? Okay, so now this is what Teresa taught me. Just put pressure on your mat. Put pressure and then slide it off. So we have a couple different, that was better, huh? Yeah. That was much better. Okay. Okay, so could you cut this in half? Just cut it in half. And then sew those together. And these, look at these. Oh my goodness, Brenda can have these too. I think one of the biggest things that people felt about the Accuquilt was that they waste too much fabric. They waste too much fabric. This isn't really wasting anything, is it? That's not wasting much because I call it rough cutting. I rough cut everything. Whoa! Now you have to do it, Sherry. I rough cut everything so that it's smaller. And if you don't like to cut with your rotary cutter, you can tear it. That's really freeing. You could just tear everything, but you have to cut it about a ½ inch bigger. So now she's getting it sewn together. Okay, we're using a 1/4 inch seam. Ooh, oh, is my iron hot? Oh, I'm very excited. I asked to get in. I'm really going big today. I'm going really big. It's because I have something to show you, and I have to have it big. Okay, so I like to always sew my strips with my dark on the top. Okay, would you cut it for me, please? Oh, okay. So you always cut it first. Put dark on the top, set the seam, and then just open it. And I lead with my fingers when I press and just push the seam behind the dark. Ooh, beautiful. Okay, so now she's going to have a second one for me. So now that we have 4-inch strips, 4.5 inch strips. And now, okay. Give me this. Okay, and set the second one. See, you can just sit there for a minute, Teresa. I feel like Tom Sawyer. Okay, we're making 4-patch now. So I'm going to start with dark across the top and light on the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to take this one and I'm going to put light on the top and dark on the bottom, right sides together, okay? And just line it up, lock the seams. Okay, and then to put it back on this die, I have to fold it in half again. See, it won't fit. Okay, fold it in half again. Oh, this looks good. And now I'm just going to put it on my die, going the opposite way, and don't waste anything. And you can use the little fold over there. Fold it in half. Okay, now let me just be a little safe. Pull this up. See, this is a miracle. I feel really good about this. I love it. Okay, so just put it in again. Okay, ready, get set. Just stand there. You could run and do your dishes. What's that? Cup of coffee. Stand there, twiddle your thumbs. Just wait until it goes through. And then you go, ooh, I'm so excited. Okay, now, you know what? If we would have been prepared, we could have had more strips sewn and lined those all up on the die. That's what we talked about, making more of those last night, but we didn't get it done. Okay, a little pressure on the mat. Slide it off. Ooh, look at this. This is extra. And here are your 4-patch, all ready to sew together. How many? Wow. 4. Thank you. So all you have to do is open them up like that and just flip them right sides together. Do, 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 do. You better sew it because there's something special. And then I'm going to make my triangles. The seam goes down. Yes, the way I laid it on there, the seam goes down. Okay. So just think if we would have done 2 stacks. Because there's more that fits on this die. I forgot that. You can't remember everything, huh? Okay, so let's see. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here. The lesson has begun. Do, 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 do. So now, the one thing I told you about swirling, I said Teresa swirled everything. Oh my goodness. We're going to swirl this. Okay. Oh, there's not even a seam. Okay, watch very carefully. How many of you have done this swirling? About half of you. Okay, I'm going to show you over again. I just taught at Road, and I had Sue out on the floor when I was swirling, and when she came back, I said, okay, how did everybody do out there? And she said, well, they kind of shredded their pieces so much you can't even see a floor patch. Shredding is not good, huh? Okay, so you always start with your thumb right at the bottom of that seam. Okay, can you see my red stitches? Glorious, glorious. Okay, you pick out those stitches. See, they're gone? Doo-doo. And now you turn to the other side. You put your thumb right there, and you just go pick. I've been calling that unsewing. I should call it picking. And now you pick. Pick out your stitches. Okay, this one is a little different, and you'll see it very quickly. When you lift it up like that, you're going to swirl counterclockwise on the 4 patch. This is counterclockwise, right? We're going towards 9, 6, and 3. And look what happens. And do you see how it little opens up into that little? Ah! You guys are so nice. Look at you clapping. Isn't that good? All right. So, and then you just press this. Okay. So, finally we have our little triangle piece squares. Where did they go? Oh, I know what.
Your basket?
No, the one. Oh, there they are. I was going to accuse you of taking them away. I could do this all day, I'm telling you. I really do love doing this. I have my 1/4-inch foot set up on my sewing machine. And on my baby lock, I do have this feature that's called an automatic pivot. It automatically raises, so I don't have to constantly be doing this, which is kind of tricky. I really like that. I have my 1/4-inch foot. I have my guide here. And I put my sew straight on my sewing machine because my sister Patty told me that she couldn't keep her pieces straight. And this is for lining up your pieces. Let me just get one. So you take your stiletto and you just take one pair that's already ready. You have to get it all lined up. What's that? Okay, and then there's 2 lines on here, and one is for you to just line up. I just push my piece until it's at my needle. I'm going to put my foot down, my needle down, and do you see the little dog ear? Okay, that dog ear on the opposite end is right up at the needle. And what we want to do is we want to sew straight 1/4 inch, and we want to keep this little tail. You see the little dog ear right here? We want to keep it the whole way. We want to keep it straight like this. And this is where Patty said she went wrong. She kept on going crooked. And I found out I have gotten better at doing that. I can just sit. You know, when I go home from work, I work all day. Let me tell you about this. I got up at 5 this morning. I sewed until about 10 last night on 2 new quilts, and I got up at 5 this morning and just started sewing again. And I just found out, okay, I could just do this forever, but it has to be straight. I could get a job just sewing these. But anyhow, I'm just going to sit. I'm just going to go.
You might get a chance to do that today.
Yeah, I know. I brought all my unfinished projects. I've been getting my house. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to finish stuff. Well, that's another story. I'm afraid to count them. How many unfinished projects do you have? Too many. So do you see how that's just following right along there? This sew straight goes right up against your foot, doesn't cover your feed dogs, but it's really handy for sewing everything straight. Teresa, do you have a whole line of these sewn maybe? Oh, I thought you were going to do quarters for me this morning. I have some of these in my basket. Pull it out. That's right. In my handy little plastic container. Look what I have. I forgot I did this. Woo! That's fun. Okay, I had to have them put the big iron in because this is what I do at home. So I'm just going to show you, and if you guys aren't doing this, this is just like so much fun. Okay, first of all, you should kind of play with your little tips here. Don't let them get messed up. I could have stopped earlier, but I was crazy. Okay, so let's just put them. Don't cut them apart. Do you guys do this?
No.
No, Gail does. You don't cut them apart yet. Huh? If you had to pick up each one of these. Okay, so I laid out a whole tail. Can we see them? Okay, so first I always say set the seam, right? Set the seam. So this I always set the seam. Woo, like that. Okay? And then I say press to the dark. And so then I just go like this. 1, 2, woo. Hot, hot, hot. And open them up like this. And I find that I just kind of like bunch the top one and just go right into it. Are you guys seeing what I'm doing? Yes. My sweater is so baggy, but I'm cold. Okay, it's very pretty, thank you. All right, so I'm nearly getting done. And I will tell you personally, every single one is perfect. Okay, so I go the whole length of my ironing board. Now I'm happy, okay? And now we brought the cutting gizmo. Ta-da! Okay, so now this is really fun. So first of all, I have to find my scissors. I've even been wearing them around my neck, but I can't even remember they're on my neck. You have to find your scissors, and I can never find them. So now I just keep my sewing gizmo cutting gizmo on my ironing board, and I just go whoop, whoop, whoop. And actually, while I'm cutting them, I'm also stacking them. I don't know can you see that, Eric? Are you doing good? Huh? Orion has the shot. So that is pretty quick, huh? So now I'm back to where I have to press again. But look, I got this. Huh? I know. Is that cool? Woo! Okay. So, oh, I'm going to need to have more pressed. But did Merrick bring you the pattern?
Yeah, you only get one.
I only get one. When I was up at 5, I was proofing it and doing a little couple corrections. Okay, so we did a 4 patch, right? You know how to, now we got to sew the star block. The star block. And there are 2 different star blocks in it. I'm just looking, we don't have any quilts up on the wall. All right, I'm going to start with block 1. And I'm going to need some pieces really quick. Okay, Teresa's running. Okay, this is 1/4 of the block. Okay, go real close just to here. This is 1/4 of the block. And when you look, you see 3 are turned exactly the same way. Can you see that? 1, 2, 3. And since it's a quarter, you stack 4. Do you see this one? It's always turned different. 1 is always turned different. And can you see diamonds? Okay, can you see a white diamond and a dark diamond? Those are the 2 diamonds, okay? So now there's 4, so I'm going to count out 4. And I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn it exactly like that. And do 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it exactly like that. Make another stack with 4 in it. And Teresa's going to give me more. And then I need 4 that are turned different. What did I do wrong? No. Let me see. That's right. That's right. That's right. And that's right. Okay, so look. I have a white diamond and I have a purple diamond. Good?
Yes.
Good. So you put 4 in each stack. Let me pull this all out of the way. Look, I still have places. And then I really just bring these. I did that for you, but I have to bring them close for me so that I can see them. They're still in the same order. I'm dyslexic. This is very hard to do. The first time I did 4, and I was so happy until I looked at them and only 1 was right. So now, do you feel better? So I'm going to flip the first pair, and I'm going to flip the second pair, right sides together. And I'm just going to pick up the first pair and just line it up at the top. And you can still use the seam guide on your little sew straight. Pick up the second one and just assembly line sew it, one after the other. And just keep on going. So Teresa, I think what we need to do, okay, and then you go to the next one. I need 4 of these all sewn together. And do you have patches? I'm sorry, we talked about this last night, but we forgot to do it. Remember how we were going to get the other 3 done? And I remember your words said, I will do it in the morning. But you got so excited about your antique quilt that you forgot to do it in the morning, right? Right. Okay, so this is 2. And then we just do 3. Exactly the same. And you do 4 until you have all 4 corners. Okay, and I'm nearly done. I wasn't going to make you wait. Do you have a question to ask me? What's your question? How do I keep the sew straight on the table?
Comes with self-adhesive stuff.
Do we have one that is out of the package that we can show? I mean, do we have one in the package? Do we have one in the package?
Couldn't you just fill up one corner?
Okay, you know what? All right, I'll rip it off. Just a minute. One corner. One corner. Okay, let me see. This way. This way. Okay, this is the last one of the 4. Okay, last one of the 4. This is a whole block that I'm sewing you. I wasn't going to, but now. Okay, so doesn't shift, right? Just, it helps if you have a flat surface, but I don't. So, oh, thank you, Nancy. Here comes Vanna. You can stand up straight, Vanna. Thank you.
There you are.
Okay, whoops, did you see how I did that?
Oh, wait a minute.
Huh?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't see that.
I just popped it up. There, it's a special product. I'll show you in the package. See the special product? See this product? Okay, the cool thing is you put it on the back and you can actually lift it off, put it away, and when you're ready, just put it back down again. Is that cool? Thank you, Nancy. Okay, now I'm going to show you. Okay, all right, sew straight. And this is it right here. You don't have to cut anything out or save anything. And in here is this cool little package with your little dots right in there. And you just turn this over and stick it on the back and then stick it in place. And what's really cool is that you don't have to remember all of this because there's directions. And it tells you exactly what to do. But it's very useful for a number of projects. You know, you can do a lot of different things with it. Okay, so let's go back to this. Okay, so, oh no, where's my... So now I have the I have 8 pairs, I hope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I was talking. And I was hoping that I was getting all my pairs. Okay, these were sets of 2. So I'm just going to clip these apart every 2. Good? Yeah. Woo-hoo! Okay, and then you just lay it on your table. And you just start opening these up. And you say, okay, do I have, how would it be? Ah. I better look at the book. I'm just going to stack them all up. This is very funny. Okay, so now I'm just going to put them on the top. Now you really find out how well you did. Did you make all 4 alike? 1, that's 1 set. 2 sets. So this is 3 sets. And so far so good, right? Mm-hmm. Only 1 more set. Please, please, please. Oh, did you get one done for me? Yeah. I know you ran over there, but I can show it now.
From the 2 blocks.
There. There. Is that right?
Yes. Good job.
Okay, good job. Now, you have to look. Where was the 3 that were the same? Let me see. So it was like this. I can't. See how dyslexic I am? Okay, there's 1, 2, 3. That's the same. This is the different one, right?
The one at the top left is the different one.
Top left is different.
Yeah, but that's turned the same. But that's different.
That's different.
These are the same, but that's different, right? Okay, so now I have to sew the other way, right? Have to sew the other way? Okay, so now I'm just going to turn the whole stack the other way and flip it right sides together and just go ahead and assembly line sew all 4 of these. Ta-da! Okay, ask me another question. That was a good one. At the seam, I'm going to push the top seam up and the underneath seam down and lock it together and hold it with my stiletto. And what else do you want to know?
Well, I have a question about the sew straight.
Yes, she has a question about the sew straight.
Where do you, how do you know exactly where to put it?
Okay, do you see my presser? Do you see the cover on my bobbin case? Okay, that line here comes right off the center of my needle.
Well, I don't, my machine has that.
You should get a baby lock. Okay, well, you know what? You must. I bet any money you never even noticed it.
One, and this is for block 2, okay? I'll be back.
Okay, so Teresa, I'm getting it now. Okay, so I bet any money you have that on your machine, but you never noticed it. And until I started doing Accuquilt, I never paid any attention to it either. And now I keep my eye focused on that, and my patches are coming out so good because what I'm doing even now, I'm just following the lines that I'm pushing my top seam up. I'm holding it with the stiletto, and I'm just looking and making sure that as I sew along, I'm just holding that on that line. And then when I get here, there's another line in my foot. You might check and see if you think that you don't have a line on your machine right now, you might be able to check with your dealer and just find out if they do have another cover, because they really do. So it's really, yeah. Anybody else? You have a comment on that? Have you noticed your lines?
I can't see mine because it's like a groove on the middle.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, you drew over it. Yeah, that works good. So Brenda drew over her line. Okay, so now this is the last one. This is the 4th quarter for 1 star. Okay, I did it again. Cut with the scissors. So you guys are all going to go get a cutting gizmo, right?
Oh, no, I have a comment about the gizmo.
Yes, the gizmo.
I love it.
You have it and love it.
I remember to leave a couple of threads between your blocks.
Uh-huh.
When you cut it, your seams start to come loose.
Oh.
Which, I mean, usually when you're chain sewing, usually
Yeah.
3 or 4 stitches, but you gotta,
Okay.
you don't wanna butt them right up.
Okay, I use 2.0 stitch length on my machine because it's preset at 2.5, and that is what does happen. Your little stitches on the ends will come out. I set my machine at 2.0. And then they don't. Okay, so this is the really cool thing. We're going to swirl our seams. And right now, I have to take off my glasses to see this. Get real close. But anyhow, I have red thread in, and so I can see these stitches. Remember, you put your thumb right there, and I found out if I'm using white fabric, I started putting beige thread in. Okay, so I cut that little connecting loop we were just talking about, and then we just pick out those 3 stitches. Ta-da! And then you turn it over on the other side, and you pick out, boy, these are going really easy. This is good TV work. If you sew a whole bunch of pieces together. Okay, so now they're out on the other side. There's just a little, can you see that? Yep, nope. This is what I removed, only that, up and down. And then in the other side, are we being paged? Okay, now you open it up. Ta-da! Let's see on the other side. Ooh, go close, Eric. Is that good? Okay, so now I have the seam allowance there and there, and I have a match point in the middle. I'm very excited. And here I have a dark diamond and a light diamond. A white diamond. Do you know who I always think about when I talk about white diamonds? Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor. They always have her picture kind of misty, kind of spooky right now. What do you think? Okay, so now we're going to remove all of these. And Sue, would you press for me? Again, yay! Okay, this is what I want you to do. Oh, look at that. When you just open that, you just go like that. That middle pops open, see? And now on the star, we're going to clockwise press. See how it just goes around? And it makes the center lay really flat. Yep. Okay, there's just two more. Okay, press these two. Swirl those seams around. Yep, and now I'm just going to cut the loop. See the loop there? Cut the loop. And then just pick it out. On both sides. And don't mush up your fabric. And hope, okay, I hope this
They
one.
wanted to see where it was.
Woo! Huh?
That's where it is in the.
There you go. There you go.
Can we hang that quilt up in the other room?
Can you hang it up in the other room?
So we have it as a reference.
You know what? Yeah, we have a pattern. We don't know what happened to Merritt. Okay. I'm so excited. I got all the diamonds done. Thank you, Elizabeth. Okay, that's good. Okay. Huh? You giving me the second one? Yeah, I got all the first one done. So then there is really, that's the first one, and now I'm just going to lay it out like the first one. And let me see.
Here's the first one. There you
Here's
go.
the first one. Star one. Okay, so I'm going to go back to look at this. Okay, so here's the three that are all the same, right? 1, 2, 3. All the same, right?
Yes.
Is that one different?
Yes.
Yeah, it's turned different. You guys are as dyslexic as me, huh? Okay, this different one always goes in the center. So I'm going to lay them down, and I'm just going to turn. That's one. Now be amazed and turn it so it's in the center. And make this in the center. We did good, huh? Now, all we have to do is sew this one together and then swirl it. Okay, so shall I do it?
Yes.
And then you can tell me you saw me make the whole pattern. Okay, so I do vertical rows this way. Take the piece on the right and flip it to the left. And we're going to go do, 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 do. And when you're at home, do that little noise too. It makes it really fun. Just make the, you do? Some people tell me they hear, what would Eleanor be saying right now? And my voice is running through their head. Okay, now this is what's really cool. We have another locking seam right here. The way you swirl that block, now every seam will lock together. I have found a lot of antique blocks that you should see their centers. They don't have a clue what to do. So this will really help you. Okay, so now I have to make sure. Oops. Yes, I messed up right now. I mess up when I'm showing them to you. There. That's right. And this is right. Yep. Right? I think so. Okay, so then you just lock the next seam. And by locking, you can see this is what I want to line up. The seam is going one way, and this seam's going the other. So when you put them together, I just use my finger and just push them together like that, and then just get it all lined up. So basically there are two blocks. There's block 1 and block 2. And I think Teresa brought over block 2. Do you have block 2?
Well, the 4 pieces.
You do? You can just lay them out. That would be okay, Teresa. Just lay them out. Okay, let's move some of this out of the way. Yes, and so first it says making block 1, and then it says making block 2. Do you want to look at this one? Look at the pictures?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Is this a block?
So let me just show everybody this, and then you can lay it out. Okay, so when you look, what's important is that you have your 1/4 inch seam allowances, 1/4 inch seam allowances, especially in the center, 1/4 inch all around, right? So you just flip it, right sides together, and again you push the top seam up and the underneath seam down, and they will lock. These will lock. Everything will lock together.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Okay.
Locks together.
All the blocks lock together. It's pretty amazing.
No, I didn't do it.
Oops, you have to look at the picture. You got to look at the picture. Okay, start with the one that's different. Teresa, this is what you taught me. Stack all 4 up and put the one that's different in the stack. Okay, stack all 4 up exactly the same.
He's telling me to stack all 4
Stack all 4.
identical.
Okay, make one stack. How about make one stack? Yeah. You did it just on purpose. Okay, now which one is different?
This one is different. So, I did it once, then twice. Then I flipped it once, twice. There. Yeah?
Cool.
Is it?
Yay! Okay, now I'm going to put the 2 side by side.
And that's the one.
And can you see they're actually turned in different directions? But they're also in the same way. But they go in different directions.
The dark triangles are going clockwise and then counterclockwise. So counterclockwise in block 1 and clockwise in block 2.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
You don't have to swirl them. Let me look at the book. What did I write? I don't think you have to swirl them different, Brenda. They're still swirled
But I mean,
clockwise. It's just the way the pattern looks.
no, but the triangles on the front,
Uh-huh.
if you were following them like geese, they go, one goes to the left, one goes to the right.
Yeah. Okay. So now I want to just finish. So we have our this right in the middle again. Right in the middle again. You have another lock seam right here. Put your thumb here. You guys are going to remember this, right? Yes. You put your thumb there. So, and you just do the straight seam, then you turn it over, and then you cut the threads or pick them out, and then, whoop. Okay, lay it flat, and swirl clockwise until the center opens up, and then take your finger and you mush it. Really good. Pardon me? Let's hear it for mushing. Okay, so now we basically have the 3 blocks. Okay, and what I want, Teresa, oh, I've got it. Okay, we're going to put them on the design wall. So if you move the ironing board and take that quilt off, thank you. Okay, and there are your 3 blocks.
You have to swirl the last two seams. If you flip it over, you have 2 seams on the outer edge that have to be
Oh, yes, I was going to show you. I decided to call this an option. Whenever I decide that I don't really like the step very much, I call it an option. Isn't that clever? So actually, all of these blocks can be swirled. All of these little, the new seams that you just did, here, 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 and here, can all be swirled. And all you have to do is just exactly the same thing. I did swirl some of my blocks, and I just thought, it's just as good without swirling them, because it took me a lot of time. So anyhow, but I'm going to show you. This is an option if you want to press these really flat. There, I unsewed, and then you just press these in opposite directions, and then you can swirl those too.
So they still will match?
Yep.
Will still nest with the 4 patch if you don't swirl those?
The reason, yes, they will, but the reason is that it takes out. Okay, I did swirl that. Can you see that? That was this seam. Then you go to all the 4 seams around the center, right where my fingers are. And you can make them flat. But now let's put the quilt up.
Oh, okay.
All right, we did it. I never thought I was going to sew the whole block in front of you, but I did it, didn't I? And none of you got up and moved out of the room. Huh. Okay, so now we're going to do block 1. And you can help me get it all put out, Teresa.
How many do
This
you
is
have?
beautiful.
You made
Okay,
it.
I only did, I didn't have enough to make the whole quilt. Okay. So now on this one, you're going to put 3 in the row, 3 in the top row. Okay, this is the lap quilt. I'm going to show Eric. I have 4 patches too. Okay, I'm putting 3 up. And now turn them like this.
This way?
Yeah, push them right up there. The 4 patches. Okay, isn't that beautiful? I don't hear you saying a word.
I like that color.
Do you like that color? Okay, and now begin with the 4 patch and put it like this and alternate in the second row. First you start with block 1 and 4 patch, and then you turn your 4 patch, and now this is block 2, and you alternate with that. Ooh, is that good? Okay, now repeat row 1. Isn't it pretty? That is very, very pretty. I love this one. I want to get it all finished. Okay, now you need more 4-patch. Turn the same way. And then I could only get one more row. Teresa cut all these pieces when she was demonstrating the Accuquilt cutter, and I only got to sew as much as she demonstrated on. But now, okay, and then this is 2, and just repeat row 2. Good. And I have just a couple more. Look what I did. I have my strings. I went nuts. I'm all ready. Press them, and I can make a couple more blocks, only 2 more blocks. There. Yay! And when you sew them together, everything will lock. Everything will lock. Okay, so I did that one. But then there's more. My almonds are in the box with me. Okay. So then I said, okay, well, that looks like the hunter's star. We had calls yesterday that said it looks like the hunter's star. But it doesn't have to. We're going to change it. Want to see how we're going to change it? Okay. We still have block 1 and block 2. But now we need the red blocks. Okay, that should come down. Or let's leave it. Let's kind of work on the side. Okay, here's block 1. I want the red one. So, to make the Lemoyne star, okay, go over there. Okay, here is block 1 and another one. Leave a little more space to the left. And now put a different color of 4-patch up there.
The opposite or the same as I have?
Yeah, you can put it anyway. You could put it all the same. Oh. And actually you could do all one. You could do all block 1 and just put it up there the same. And now, does it have a whole different look? Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Now does it look more like a different star? See, you guys see it better. That's why you should have a design wall. You always have to stand back and look at it. Or you could do that star and just do a solid square too. And that would make it look entirely different.
How about the stars side by side? What's that look like?
You want to see just stars side by side? All right, that's easy enough to do. I think that they're going to be kind of tight, but let's just see. Whoa. If you looked at this quilt, you go, that lady must have been crazy making those. Now what do you think? It's hard to see the stars. After you work so hard to make the stars, it's just really hard to see. Questions? Did we do good? We did good. Thank you. See, we did better cuts for better quilts, didn't we? They go so nice together.